And welcome back to the channel, Survivors. Today we're going to be diving back into the world of ARK and talking about some big reveals here we've had recently via the community crunch. We're going to be going over what we can expect here just on the horizon for the game, and my personal favorite, let's break down the awesome, and I mean awesome, key art that they dropped here on Friday. So diving in here, let's take a look at the community crunch. It's not a whole lot of information. They didn't really give us anything new. They just kind of reiterated that obviously the aberration map for ARK Survival Ascended is set to drop on September 4th. Everything seems to be, a go. It's a green light at this point. Everything we can expect to see in like 2 weeks and a couple of days is going to be aberration. Now, obviously, in here, they did also reiterate that as part of Aberration's release, the Yi Ling, as we covered in another video, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But the Yi Ling is also still set to make that debut here on September 4th alongside Aberration. And on top of that, they did also reiterate here about Bob's Tall Tales, this Steampunk Ascent. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about here, if we actually go and we take a look at the original Bob's Tall Tales key art that they dropped when this officially launched with Scorched to Earth, it actually is 3 different parts, right? We not only have the middle one, as you can see here, which was the Frontier Adventure Pack, the Western theme, if you will, that all came with Scorched Earth. Well, now the second pack is about to drop. You can see on the top left-hand side here, this is the Steampunk Ascent pack as part of the Bob's Tall Tales. Again, this is a separate DLC, but this pack is going to be launching with the Aberration map on September 4th. And now moving on to my favorite part of this week's community crunch, and honestly the biggest reveal in my eyes, and that relates to the key art they dropped. Man, check out this beautiful key art here that features a lot of creatures that we already currently know that exist in, Aberration for ARK Survival Evolved. But boy, do these TLCs, man, just look, man, a absolute chef's kiss. So starting things off, we've got the Rock Drake in the bottom left-hand side. We've got 2 riders wearing full tech gear. That's going to be an awesome shot. I think the Rock Drake looks really cool, and I obviously would expect to see some little bit of shifting, not a whole lot of TLC or updates, but I do see some sort of ability changes or maybe some ability manipulations, to see how it works here for Ascended. But again, we're gonna have to wait till we could jump into the game to really check that out, but I do think it looks absolutely awesome. Additionally, here in the center, we have a survivor on the back of a Ravager, which again is probably one of my at least maybe top 5 creatures, I think, in ARK. Now, I didn't play a lot of the other DLCs, so I can't vouch for any of those creatures because I didn't play it, but I really did enjoy the Ravager. I just love the way they looked, and like they were scary looking, they were mean looking, and I also really did like, if you look here in the back, that they actually had the ability to use the zipline system, which again looks like it's going to be making an appearance back here for Aberration on ARK Survival Ascended, and I'm very curious to know how zip lines and stuff are, going to play out in this version of the game, because if you guys don't know, the zip line and the glider suit that we can see here, the survivor holding a compound bow, we can see the glider suit here, but either way, this map does introduce the glider engram, and then also the zip line. So again, very cool mechanics. I am excited to see both of them working here in Ascended and how it all plays out. But back to the creature, man. Yeah, dude, the Ravager, absolutely cool. I'm excited to jump in here, get a couple of these bad boys tamed up, get them bred, all of that stuff. Additionally, we can see the Nameless here. If you guys have never played Aberration, the Nameless are these creatures that kind of like crawl out of the ground in a dark area, and then you have to use light to, shoo them away or to prevent them from, overwhelming you and, slowly killing you and killing your tames. And what the survivor's holding here is a light beam gun or whatever you want to call it, and it's just shining the light at them to keep them at bay. But again, they're another creature and another mechanic that we have to fight. Look at this over on the right hand side. Now this guy is what they call a Reaper, dude, a Reaper, and this thing looks like an Aliens Predator kind of type vibe, but dude, it is a monster. Not only is it big, it's aggressive, dude. It does insane amounts of damage, and the taming method, at least from ARK Survival Evolved, was also a very interesting mechanic. So I am very curious curious to see this one come into play, and not only that, I'm so excited to see the detail of this guy here in Ascended when it does drop on September 4th, man. Ooh, I absolutely love the look of these guys. But again, super cool. It's kind of like the alpha, I would say, on the entire Aberration map would be the Reapers. Obviously, you have Rockwell's tentacles here in the back, which is related to the boss fight, you know, for this map. Next up, we have the brand new creature coming to the map, and that is the Yi Ling, dude. Look at this. In the top left-hand side, we've got a survivor riding it. On the back, we've got the saddle, which again looks very elegant. Look at this. You got the little cufflinks down at the bottom. You've got this beautiful, like, embroidered chest piece you can see here on the thing. You've got the top right on the top of the beak in between the eyes. I mean, yeah, I absolutely love it. I think it looks really good. Additionally, it does give us a more of like a size perspective in relation to like the rock drake. You can see how massive the rock drake is, and then how small the Yi Ling looks in comparison. The Yi Ling, it looks smaller, or sorry, bigger than a pterodon and a tapejara, but it doesn't quite look like its body would be much bigger than like an Argentavis, maybe. That's kind of what I'm like relating it to. Maybe like the size of an Argentavis with a little bit more bigger bat-like wings. I'm not sure. Obviously, that's just speculation, but I do think it looks absolutely awesome. And then last but not least, guys, you know I had to do it. My personal favorite shoulder mount probably ever in the game relates to the Bulb Dog. Now, you see this little guy right here. He is going to be like your dodos for the map, but he serves a very important purpose. It's a light. You can see the little light, you know, on his head, kind of like an anglerfish, but again, really cute. I absolutely love them. They remind me of like a bulldog, which, you know, you might have known that's my dog. I've got a bulldog, so I really do love the Bulb Dogs. And then obviously you can see the light here is helping keep the Nameless at bay. But again, very cool, dude. The screenshot looks absolutely amazing, and just in general, it just gets me more and more excited here to dive in Aberration on September 4th. And that, survivors, officially wraps up everything new that was revealed from the community crunching over the weekend, along with what we can expect here on the near horizon for ARK Survival Ascended. Again, that's going to be as early as September 4th, literally only 2 weeks and a few days away from dropping. We're going to be getting that brand new Yi Ling creature. Speaking of new creatures, we're going to be getting Cosmo, that new shoulder, you know, spider pet that's going to essentially turn your survivor into Spider-Man, which again, we're going to be really diving in and checking that guy out when it drops. That one is going to be thrown into the Bob's Tall Tales, which again is going to be that new Steampunk Ascended pack, which will also be dropping alongside the map. As always here, guys, stay tuned on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all of the videos and all of the news. I do have a couple of videos planned here in the near future, diving a little bit deeper into Aberration, what we can expect, what's going to be different from what we currently know for ARK Survival Ascended, and just in general, any and all news related to the game. As always, guys, don't forget to join my Discord. You can find that link down below. I do have a community, and I do have community-hosted servers through Nitrado. I am a partner. Utilize my Nitrado link if you want to pick up your own server. But as always, guys, thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all on the next one.